In a tweet, he said to the leaders of Iran, do not kill your protesters. Thousands have already been killed or imprisoned by you, and the world is watching. More importantly, the USA is watching. Turn your internet back on and let reporters roam free. Stop the killing of your great Iranian people. Mike Hanna is joining us from Washington, D.C. So this was one of the latest tweets, but there's been a series of tweets, not only in English, but in Farsi as well. What are we to read into all of this?
Indeed, yes. Well, President Trump started tweeting late last night, calling on expressing his support for demonstrators in Iran. Also, as you mentioned, tweeting some of them in Farsi. This is symptomatic of what appears to be an administration position to bring pressure, maximum pressure to bear on Iran in the forms of external pressure, such as sanctions, both economic and individual, while at the same time seeking internal division, internal resistance. So in the view of the Trump administration, the Iran government facing pressure both from without and within. The tenor of all the Trump administration spokespeople's statements in the course of today has been precisely this, that Iran is facing pressure from within and without and finding it very difficult to withstand such pressure.
And we understand the defense secretary has been speaking to the Sunday talk shows. What has he been saying?
Well, Mark Esper appeared on a number of the shows, basically backing the administration's position that there was an imminent threat that led to the assassination of a senior Iranian general a few days ago, arguing, too, that this was absolutely necessary to carry out, but at the same time, not giving any real details about what the imminent threat was. This is replying to questions in Congress to be more specific about what the threat is. The Secretary of Defense also said that he couldn't specifically say that 4 embassies had been threatened and were part of an imminent threat. This is something that has been said by President Trump. Nonetheless, the Secretary of Defense says that there was the imminent threat and embassies would have been the likely target. But despite all of this, he insists that President Trump is still open to negotiation.
Well, it is still the legitimate government, if you will, of Iran. And what we've said, I've said publicly, the president certainly has said, is we will meet with them. We're willing to sit down and discuss without precondition a new way forward, a series of steps by which Iran becomes a more normal country.
One must mention that the Iranian government has made absolutely clear that there can be no negotiation, no discussion of any kind until the U.S. lifts the sanctions that it's imposed in recent months. The U.S., far from lifting these sanctions, showing every sign of wanting to intensify them.
Okay, Mike Hanna, thank you.